There's still time to enter FanDuel's free NFL Season Predictor Contest that has a prize pool of $10,000. We'll show you how to enter, and we'll analyze each of the 9 contest questions, which includes predicting the 2021 AFC champ, NFC champ, Super Bowl winner, regular season MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie Offense and Defensive Player of the Year, the Comeback Player of the Year, and the Coach of the Year. We'll discuss all of it coming up next. Hello, everyone. I'm Eric Lee.
And I'm Michael Wiley, and we're the Fantasy Football Consultants.
Michael, before we get to the FanDuel contest, we want to make sure that people check the description of this video for information to enter our FFC NFL Survivor Pool and Division Prediction Contest. The deadline for both of those contests are rapidly approaching. It's 9:55 a.m. Pacific Standard Time this Sunday, September 12th.
And Eric, make sure everybody knows that they have to subscribe to our YouTube channel in order to participate.
Yeah, don't forget to hit that bell icon. All right, let's check out the FanDuel contest. All right, Michael, we're on the main FanDuel page at fanduel.com. Make sure you have logged in. Now, if you don't have a FanDuel login number, you can actually help support the show by using the link that's on the screen right now and sign up for FanDuel. It's all free. Okay, once you're logged on, this is the screen you'll get to. Make sure you're clicked on lobby and go to free right next to discover. It says free play, and there's a variety of free plays. Then scroll down to the NFL Season Predictor game. Click play for free. Remember, the deadline, as it says here, is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on September 12th. So, and you only have to do this once. This is not something that you need to enter every week. You only answer these questions once. And let's go to the very first question, Michael. Which team will win the AFC Championship?
Well, I'll tell you, it's not going to be the ACL-less Baltimore Ravens because of all the ACL injuries that they're seeing. I don't know if you heard they had 2 more today with Gus the Bus and Marcus Peters. Not sure exactly what his was. So
I hear they're auditioning running backs. I mean, this is after J.K. Dobbins went down, and now Gus the Bus went down. Have you gotten the call yet to?
Yeah, no, I mean, I hear they brought Devontae Freeman. If you're gonna bring in Devontae Freeman, you're digging deep.
So we're crossing Baltimore out. Is that what you're saying?
I think we crossed Baltimore out because it really is impactful to lose your big guns in the backfield. I think the Cleveland Browns are still another year or 2 away, although I really like where they're at. So it's going to come down to these top 2, and the question is Buffalo ready to take down the back-to-back AFC champ Kansas City Chiefs? I think the Kansas City Chiefs had a rough go at the end of the season with their offensive line that they have still not perfectly resolved, but they just have so many weapons. And so I think this is the AFC championship game. I think Buffalo is capable of beating them, but I still think Buffalo's a year away. And so I think Kansas City Chiefs are going to make it back, even though it is super hard to go back 3 years in a row.
All right, Michael, I really like your analysis, but I got to tell you something. The team besides the Chiefs that I was strongly considering is the field. Look, that includes the Tennessee Titans, the Indianapolis Colts, New England, Pittsburgh, LA Chargers, Miami. If any of these teams win the AFC, you win as going with the field or the other. But alas, I did decide with you that I'm going to go to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, keep in mind, folks, this is a very large pool. So I think that you got to take some chances. So stay tuned. I will take some chances. But right now, I am going with the Kansas City Chiefs. All right. So they're from the AFC. The next question is, who's going to win the NFC?
Who's going to win the NFC? What do you think, Eric?
I don't know. It's getting kind of cold in here, Michael.
Geez.
Hang on a minute. I got to put on my jacket here. So I'm I'm looking here, Michael, and I'm looking for the Seahawks on the list.
Keep looking. Keep looking.
Yeah. What's up with that, Michael? We're not even on the board to be considered. So I immediately am drawn to other, right? I get Seattle, New Orleans, Dallas, Washington, Minnesota, Arizona. But I got to tell you, though, Michael, I'm a little worried about my Seahawks come playoff time. I think you've said a lot about defenses, and I think defenses win championships in the playoffs, especially in cold weather. So I am not going to go with other. I'm not going to go with other. I'm going to go out on a limb a little bit because I'm not going to pick the Bucks. I'm going to pick the team that may struggle early in the season to get all their weapons together, but Matthew Stafford will have the game plan on ice by playoffs. That got that tough defense. I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, and that's where I'm going as well. Just to get it out. And so let's we all know the Bucks have a ton of talent. They have obviously the experience. I think Bruce Arians figured a few things out, but you know what else is going to happen this year? I think teams are going to figure out the Bucks. They have a tough schedule. I think they're not going to be able to surprise people this year. The Packers, I think, have a lot of reasons to be concerned right now. And the Niners are just coming back from that injury riddled season. So this is the Rams' year to get back to the Super Bowl. Let's remember, they were just there a few years ago. But the concern is the coach, right? To me, is the coach going to be too cute, or is he going to take advantage of the talent that he has? And I think he will. And I think the Rams are going to make it to the Super Bowl this year.
All right. You're not talking about his attractiveness. All right. We'll moving on. Super Bowl, Michael. Who is going to win the Super Bowl?
I think it's AFC's year again this year. And so whoever wins that AFC championship wins the Super Bowl. I think the Chiefs will not make the same mistake that they did last time, which is letting all their linemen go down to injury. Oh, wait, you can't control that. But if the injury bug doesn't hit them again, the Chiefs they just have too many weapons.
Yeah. Look, you got to take chances, and I'm tired of us agreeing, Michael. So my pick right here to be the Super Bowl champion is the LA Rams. But what's beautiful about this, since the LA Rams are not even listed, I'm going to get the entire field. I'm going to be able to also get San Francisco, Baltimore, and Cleveland. But I think the Rams.
This is a good time to remind folks that you're probably going to have to go perfect to win this, to have a chance at winning this. So if you picked one of these, the two of these teams to make it to the Super Bowl, you probably should pick one of them to win the Super Bowl.
Exactly. And that's a fair statement that if San Francisco wins the Super Bowl, even though I picked other, I'm probably not going to win because I did not pick them as my AFC champ. So good point. Just know I'm picking the Rams, but here it means I have to pick other. All right, moving on. Who will win regular season MVP?
Take it on, Eric. What do you think?
Oh, we got Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Josh Allen. 13 of the last 14 MVPs have been QBs. It's a horrible bias that they have. And if you know it's going to be a QB, I can't imagine it not being one of these guys. So I'm picking Kansas City to come out of the AFC. I'm expecting them to be the number 1 seed. That means I expect the Chiefs to have a great regular season. So I am going to stick with that and go with Pat Mahomes as my MVP.
Yeah, I think the only caveat I'd say here is if the Rams do end up having a phenomenal season, Matt Stafford should deserve some credit there. And so he's the one other that I would think could sneak into this. I think it's between Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes. I just don't see Aaron Rodgers, being able to have the same season he had last year. And so, I'm kind of going back to where I've been on the last couple of questions. And so for me, I think Pat Mahomes comes out on top again this year, but Josh Allen's the one who I think is the real dark horse, Matt Stafford aside.
All right. So who will win NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year? So we've got the three quarterbacks, Lawrence, Fields, and Wilson, and Najee Harris, the running back on Pittsburgh. What are your thoughts, Michael?
So this is somewhere where they don't necessarily always go with the quarterback. And so even though I think all three quarterbacks will get a look on this, and I think of those three, I think Lawrence is the one likely to have the most interesting season. I think it's going to be, I'm going to go with Najee Harris here. He's my guy from my backyard in the Bay Area. And I think he's going to be the workhorse on the Steelers. And so provided he stays healthy this year, I think he will have the numbers that will put him in the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I like what you said, Michael. Only 7 of the last 14 have been QB, so they do recognize others. I was really looking on the list saying, where's Mac Jones? I mean, Cam Newton is gone. He's going to get every opportunity to succeed in New England. And the other guy I was wondering is, where's Kyle Pitts? He's going to get every opportunity to really shine in what I think is a good offense on Atlanta. And with Julio Jones gone, there are targets to be had out there. So I'm going other.
You do have Devonta Smith as well, right? As somebody who could have a big year. So yeah, there are some choices. I like that. This is a good spot to go with other.
All right. So who will win Defensive Player of the Year? All right, so let's make sure that we're clear, because most people, including myself, aren't as strong on the defensive side. So we've got the 9th overall pick, Pat Surtain, cornerback on Denver. We've got the 12th overall pick, Micah Parsons from Dallas, and the 19th overall pick from Washington, linebacker Jamin Davis. Michael, I just think things are so much up in the air when we're talking about rookies. It's unclear what is going to happen. And I think this is the case here. I'm going to go other. There are 4 other guys: J.C. Horn, Jalen Phillips, Kwity Paye, Jeremiah Awushu. These guys are all guys that could win it. So I'm going to go with other.
I think this is a really safe place to go. I think Patrick Surtain's, he may end up being a third down defensive back. I'm not sure exactly how much playing time he's going to get. I think a lot of people like Jarman Davis because he's just a beast. Micah Parsons doesn't have a lot of coverage experience. And so that's, at least what I've been, remembering and reading up on. And so I think this is a great spot to go with other.
All right. Who will win NFL Defensive Player of the Year?
So we got Donald, Garrett, TJ Watt, not to be confused with his brother JJ, Joey Bosa, not to be confused with his brother, and Chase Young, who won it this last year. So TJ Watt, I think, got a little bit snubbed last year. So there's a possibility that he sneaks in there because of the snub. But if we're going to say that the Rams are going to have the year that they are going to have, I think we got to stick with the Rams here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Did you? Oh, yeah, you did. You did pick the Rams too. Okay. You just didn't pick them for the Super Bowl. But yes, gotcha. You stole exactly what I was going to say. I wanted to pick Chase Young. I really did. Partially because I think that the Redskin offense is going to be a lot better. And you're going to be saying, what? What does the offense have to do with the defense? Well, I think the offense is going to get more leads, and which will provide more obvious passing situations, which I think will help Chase Young shine. So I really want to go Chase Young. However, when I was thinking kind of like a GPP tournament, I kind of have to correlate my questions. So I'm going to go with Aaron Donald here. But if you don't have the Rams, I think Chase Young is a fine pick here.
That's right. But I would say here, there's not really anyone else who comes to mind, real clearly in terms of a defensive potential. So this is one where I would pick one of the top 5 here.
Other than the brothers.
Then the brothers, although JJ, I think, is kind of beyond his prime. So,
all right. This is an interesting one. Who will win Comeback Player of the Year? All right, is this one mine, Michael, to lead off?
This is you.
Okay, so I always look for the QB bias. So 9 of the last 14 players have been quarterbacks. So it's nowhere near the bias like the regular season MVP would be. I am going to erase Joe Burrow because I think Dak Prescott has far more upside than Joe Burrow this particular year. Not that I think you guys, if you watch this channel, both Michael and I love Joe Burrow. I just think Dak Prescott has more weapons and a better offensive line.
And a horrible.
And what was that?
And a bad division to compete against.
Yeah. And guess what? I'm going to eliminate Saquon Barkley because I think Christian McCaffrey has more of upside over Saquon Barkley. So it becomes McCaffrey or Prescott. I think I'm probably not going to go other. I'm going to go. I think the popular pick is Dak Prescott. So I'm going to go out a little bit on a limb, and I'm going to go Christian McCaffrey.
So this is a spot maybe to go against the popular pick. I think Dak Prescott is the obvious choice. The only thing I would say, Eric, to that is they like to go with the swan song on comeback player of the year. It's just that's what they want to feed their customers, their fans, and everybody wants to see Dak Prescott have a good year after what happened last year. It was a real sad situation for him. Not that these other guys didn't have sad situations as well, but
Christian McCaffrey's had sad situations every year, even when he's been playing. He's placed on the Panthers.
Yeah, that's fair. But I think Dak Prescott also lost a family member this last year. So I think Dak's going to get the nod. And so I'm going to go with Dak just to go with what I think is going to be a pretty easy choice. Unless, of course, he gets injured and we don't know what's going to happen on the injury bug.
Sure. I hear you. I was making a poor taste joke, and now you made me feel bad by bringing his family in. So moving on. Who will win Coach of the Year? I would tell you, of these 9 picks, I'm going to let you go first, but of these 9 picks, this is the one I am most certain that I'm going to get right.
Yeah, no, I don't see anyone on this list who comes to mind, even if we didn't have the other option. So
let me just make sure for those that are watching, just to be clear. Brandon Staley is the LA Charger head coach. Brian Flores is the Miami Dolphin head coach. Arthur Smith, I don't know who
Atlanta?
he paid. Who did he pay to get on this list? He's the Atlanta Falcons coach. How is he going to be coach of the year? And Kyle Shanahan is the San Francisco 49ers coach of the year. So I'm sorry. I'll let you go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's no one on this list who's making me say, well, so Shanahan's maybe if the Niners, win the division, he's obviously going to get a close look. He's the only one I think has a chance of getting that close look on this list. And so for me, this is an easy one. You go other. There's plenty of good options for Coach of the Year.
Yeah, how about the two Seans, McDermott on Buffalo and McVay on the LA Rams? I honestly like those two options better than any of these options.
Yeah, I mean, Brian Flores, I think he's a great coach, and I don't get me wrong. I mean, some of these other guys have a lot of potential, but I tell you, McDermott is he's a star coach.
Yeah, I can't imagine Miami doing a whole lot any better than they did last year.
Yeah.
That's
and
right.
I'm with you. That's what they're up against.
If I was forced to pick one of these guys, I would pick Kyle Shanahan, but I am all in on other.
Yep.
And don't forget to check all of our contests in the description. Until we see you as we preview week 2 next week, take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.